But what do you think about Derwin James being suspended for kind of making a routine tackle over the middle of the field this weekend?
I mean, look, you look at Derwin James' track record. He has 5 unnecessary roughness penalties in the last 18 games, the most in the league by a defensive player. I always said that this guy reminds me of an NBA player named Draymond Green, who, knows how to walk the thin line, but sometimes crosses the line when it comes to, the rules. Like, for example, Draymond Green is a guy that reminds me of somebody who preferred to play the game in the 90s where physicality existed. And I can say the same thing about Derwin James. He wishes he played in an era where it wasn't so offensive minded and protected, but the defense could hit, a quarterback. The defense could hit a wide receiver and not get flagged for that. Obviously, you got to adapt with the times.
Hey, sorry for interrupting myself, but one quick reminder before you forget to like this video, subscribe to the channel, and turn on notifications so you can be here every single time I post. It's the free way you guys can support the channel. We're trying to build something special here very early on in the stages here. We only have 10,000 subscribers. We're trying to get 20,000 subscribers. The only way that's possible is if you guys support the channel by liking the video, subscribing, turn on notifications.
But that's not the conversation I want to have right now. The real elephant in the room is how they are protecting Patrick Mahomes again, Queen Mahomes. Okay? Because that's what it is. A lot of people want to put 2 and 2 together and get 4. I will. Okay? The Chiefs has been getting bailed out by the NFL and the referees the last couple of weeks. And people have to peep game here. Okay? A lot of people talk about the Cowboys being America's team, and they probably still is America's team, right? But the Chiefs are the NFL's cash cow. Okay, there's a reason why they put them on Peacock in the playoff game because of Taylor Swift and simping to Taylor Swift. Okay, that was a business play. Clearly, the NFL has interest in the Chiefs three-peating this year, and clearly the referees have interest as well. And the fact that they suspend this guy for a routine tackle ahead of the Chiefs lets me know that they are trying to protect Queen Mahomes once more, like they always do with the calls. You can't hit him out of bounds. Flag. Okay, you can't breathe in this guy's face. Flag. You can't look his way. Flag. Come on.
Yeah, and I have a Chiefs fan coming on this episode as well, so we're definitely going to talk about this. But it is very suspicious. Who's been struggling? What's been the big offensive problems for the Chiefs? They can't get the tight end going? Okay, let's take out the tight end kryptonite. Exactly. The only guy. And for fairsies, to be honest, hasn't really slowed down Travis Kelce either. But the only guy that stood in his face and literally picked him up and slammed him before is up to the challenge to go against a struggling Kelce right now.
Let's not embarrass him in front of his girl.
You take Derwin out now, and I think there's a good chance that Kelce has his first big game. Although the Chargers defense is ranked 2nd in the league right now, only behind Pittsburgh. They're playing phenomenal football with a hobbled Joey Bosa. Khalil Mack is just legendary, and this guy's just going to be able to do this because his style of play, it doesn't really tie into the athleticism the way it did younger in his career. It's more technique, it's more finesseful and powerful. It's very fun to watch. Like, the Chargers are going to put up a fight in this game against the Chiefs, even with their backups, I feel like. But yeah, this is almost like a nail in our coffin of Derwin James getting suspended. I see what you're saying with the roughness penalties piling up over time. The NFL has been targeting Derwin James and been telling refs to watch him for quite some time now. We have seen some calls that make sense. He has hit a guy very hard in a heated moment of a game that might have deserved a penalty. But there's also been multiple now that are on his record that the NFL is using to suspend him that were very minor, that it's clear that he is on a list of players that referees are specifically watching each week. I've been saying this since 2022, Leel, that Derwin James will probably eventually be suspended at some point in his career because I already had seen the way it had been going with the flags and how they're building a case against my guy, and that case was being built years ago, and here it is. They get the chance to finally pull it. Yeah, they finally get a chance to pull it out of the hat the week that he's playing the Chiefs.
They got a task force, bro. A task force of referees, FBI most wanted. And ironically, it happens ahead of the Chiefs game.
Yep.
Like,
and it's a bang play. like most of the hits, which I could probably clip in a few here for the viewers that are watching this, are just bang bang plays. Like, he's not Kareem Jacksoning people off of the face of the earth over the middle of the field. He's not playing like Merriweather or some of these other safeties that we've seen borderline get kicked out of the league in recent years for big hits. It's bang bang plays. He's trying to make a play on the ball as it's coming to a receiver, big hit. Running back comes through the hole, big hit. Pat Freiermuth over the middle. This is a giant tight end, and he's got to make a tackle. Otherwise, the tight end's going to score a touchdown. So he does have to put his weight into the tackle. He does have to lean forward with his upper body to make the tackle. That isn't anything crazy. He was born in the body of Fred Warner, given the skills and the speed and the ability of Minkah Fitzpatrick and Jesse Bates, and it's a blessing and a curse because these things just happen in a split second, and they're going to continue to happen, and he's going to get suspended for 2 games next time, and then 3 games, and then 6 games. It's going to get to a point where you have to, as a coach, tell Derwin James to chill out when he goes on a football field. What are we talking about?
Yeah, I mean, the NFL is about one more rule change away from flag football. You know, the amount of flags this season, the officiating coupled with that, it's just it's ruining the game. You know, I really feel like this is anybody's Super Bowl this year. But at the same time, although the league is wide open, like the NFC, we don't know who's that number 1 clear dog. The AFC, maybe the Chiefs can get got. Maybe they are vulnerable. But at the same time, all that is being washed away by the flags, the officiating, how soft the game is, and it's annoying.
And I support improvements to safety. I do. I like the extra padding on the helmets. I cheered that when that was released. I like some of these targeting rules. I don't want guys just getting absolutely obliterated while they're flying through the air. I like the defenseless receiver rule. I like that stuff. But when it's like helmets colliding, we're getting too ticky-tacky at this point. It happens on every play. You could point it out right there. Boom, that D lineman and that O lineman's helmet collided. Boom, on that tackle right there, the running back lowered his head, which is illegal to do. Pat Freiermuth lowered his head too. Derwin James lowered his head and his they collided. But because he's the defensive player delivering the blow, he's responsible for pulling up in that situation. I don't agree with that part at all. And you put Derwin, like you were saying earlier, you put Derwin James in the early 2000s, in 1990, 1999, he's a Hall of Fame level safety. Yep. You put him in this era, he's one of the best safeties in the league still, but his greatest strengths aren't cheered. Thank you for tuning in to another NFL Mike video. Now it's time to go make more football friends or go and compete in the Mike's Pickems Challenge or against me in daily fantasy football challenges by joining my completely free NFL group chat. Or head to fifthdown.shop and check out and see if we got your team's newest designs. Or now you can simply rep your favorite players without having to wear another team's gear. And then tag us in pictures of you wearing your Fifth Down merch for a shout out in the next episode of NFL Mike's Corner. And help us reach our goal of getting 1,000 NFL fans wearing Fifth Down. Or you can head to the next NFL Mike video by clicking it. It's on your screen. Go ahead.